up off net. You can't tell me nothing. Up off net. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, the adult. Hold on, Bob Aram, take a seat. All right, man, look. Joyce versus Daniel Dubois, April 18th. And Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford, 2020. If Errol Spence is healthy. Oops. All right, man, look. You can't tell me nothing. I know all of my show business partners out in the UK are jumping up in joy, and I got your back on this one. Let me tell you something. Daniel Dubois versus Joyce. I love it. April 18th, and they are telling me a lot. I think those guys are really, it's a damn shame. It is a shame what they're telling me. I'm going to tell you what they're telling me. Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder versus Anthony Joshua could have been happening. That fight could have been made, and it could have been made. This could be a trilogy by now. Let me tell you why. Joyce and Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois, rising star. You know what? He is comparable to AJ. Rising star, complete fighter. The guy's looking good, okay? Heavy hitter, complete fighter, good start. He's developing a real nice jab. He's growing extremely fast, very young. And then you have Joyce, Olympian, right? He didn't get the gold. Started late, started fighting. He was first doing track and field, right? Deontay Wilder, he was doing something else, wasn't he? Was it football, something like that? Joyce was doing track and field. Started boxing late, around 22. So did Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Both of them going to Olympics. This guy, right now, coming out, knocking out guys. He's not a complete fighter. Not too many special effects, right? A lot of room to grow. But still, walking people down, one-trick pony, knocking people out. Both of them damn fought Stavern. You can have a rising star like Daniel Dubois against a guy like Joyce, then you can have Anthony Joshua versus Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. That fight could have been happened. I'm talking about when Deontay Wilder had the short haircut without the... It could have happened back then. It could have happened way back then, okay? I think it's going to be a fantastic fight. Both of those guys got a lot to offer. Both of those guys got a lot to lose. And guess what? April 18th. Bob Aram. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel about it. I'm not saying Joyce is on the level of Deontay Wilder. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying Daniel Dubois is on the level of Anthony Joshua. I'm not saying that. What I'm just saying is, if you compare the situation of both of those two, the fights could have been made. That's all I'm saying. Black, two sugars. Now, let's talk about Errol the Truth Spence versus Terrence Crawford, 2020. Now, Bob Aram said that fight was going to happen, 2020. He said he spoke with Al Heyman last year, 2019. They both agreed the fight was going to happen 2020. Errol Spence got into a car accident, okay? And that derailed a few things. That Danny Garcia fight that happened against Ivan Redkach last weekend. That was if that accident didn't happen, right now we'll be talking about the winner between Danny Garcia and Errol Spence in the future after that. So that derailed a lot of things. Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence was going to happen, but here's the thing. Bob Aram said the fight can still happen if Errol Spence is healthy. We're not going to take on Errol Spence if he's not healthy. And that right there rings a lot of integrity. Because I heard something like that before. I heard it from Sean Porter. Showtime Sean Porter said, I would love a rematch with Errol Spence, as long as it's the Errol Spence that I fought before. What does it benefit me to fight a guy who's not quite himself, okay? I have to see that he's the same Errol Spence. Then I take him on. He said, I don't get anything if I take on a guy that I know is not 100%. Facts. Danny Garcia, practically saying the same thing. Danny Garcia is in a different situation than those boys, though. He needs to get his rep back up. But Danny Garcia said, I take Manny Pacquiao. But if that fight isn't there, then I'll take Errol Spence. But he's not prioritizing Errol Spence the way that he did before. Why? Because those gladiators, out of respect for Errol Spence and themselves, they just want to make sure they're taking on the Errol Spence that they saw before. The truth, which Manny Pacquiao, he may be thinking the same thing. Here's the thing. Errol Spence says that he's okay. His doctor's saying that he's okay. Okay, so I'm believing that Errol Spence is okay. But if Errol Spence can't have those fights unless he demonstrates that he's 100% the truth, that he's back, then he may have to just take a warm-up bout. Me, I like him against Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, 1 foot out the door. Errol Spence, he, coming back from the car accident. We all know what happened there. But, all those big question marks, I think that make for a fantastic, extremely interesting fight. With that said, though, if nobody's going to take the fight unless he's 100%, then I guess there's no other choice for him to go ahead and take like a, kind of a tune-up fight, something like that. A get-back fight. But Terrence Crawford, I get it. Terrence Crawford not taking on Errol Spence just yet. His team, Bob Arum, are saying, well, let's make sure the guy's 100%. I definitely get that. What does Terrence Crawford do in the meantime, in between time? Do you understand that seriously they're thinking about Conor McGregor? That is ridiculous. ShowBizz, Lord. Don't let me know how you all feel in the comments below. Look, I know I just kind of compared Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua to Daniel Dubois and Joyce, and I know those not the same fighters. I'm talking about the situation, the fact that they're making a fight happen. I think before it was blown out of proportion, before the molehill became a mountain, before it was blown out of proportion, we could have been had Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. I'm out.